the next level. What happens now? And our coaching is sad to say, we have a hard time listening to each other.
Absolutely.
So
we heard each other.
There's no white guy in front that most of us want to respect. Who do we respect now? Who speaks for us now?
That's a great question. That's a great point.
So I would keep the future's gonna get hard without Tommy Johnson.
Big boy. And it's not as many people.
That's awesome.
As many players as he helped he helped a lot of guys get jobs and move on. He helped a lot of guys bounce back. He helped a lot of guys be there and talk to you and give you insight. I get it Providence because he endorsed me. He pushed and worked around. I get Oscar because he endorsed me. Fairly Dick, whatever. He was always just there, and he could be critical. Rob, you gotta understand. I know your point, but sometimes you just gotta communicate a little differently. You even said, not be so hard.
Right.
I know golf might say you remind him of UB Brown, but you're not UB Brown.
That's another attribute he had. When something good happened for you, he had the ability to appreciate it even more than you did, and give you the understanding how important this was. I remember when I got the LIU job.
Yeah. He was ecstatic for Coach.
Oh, he was, overjoyed.
He was mad that I didn't take the job, Coach. Yeah. Right? When you offered in that time and then financially I couldn't do it, he got me. Are you sure that's a wise decision?
Yeah.
No, you don't have to.
I still ain't got over.
That's what he said.
I still ain't got over it yet. You rejected me.
I should have. That was the word. I didn't do it, man. I regret it myself. All I would ask though, Coach, you got to tell that story about the phone with the other phone call and your daughter though before this goes out. That one is amazing because it brings tears to me, and I got the recording. So can you say that one?
Yeah.
Is it still going?
My daughter, Shantae.
Yeah.
I have 6 daughters. She's my 3rd daughter. And about 7 years ago, gave birth to my granddaughter, Ada. And I saw Tom at a banquet, and we were talking, and I showed him pictures of my granddaughter and everything. He has all my daughter's numbers, so he called my daughter up to congratulate her on the birth of my granddaughter. But my daughter wasn't there. But Tom left a message for her, telling her that she saw me, he loved the pictures, he wanted to congratulate her, all the best. And my daughter was so impressed with his caring that she kept that message for 7 years. You know how many cell phones? She kept that message for 7 years. And when Tom passed away, she sent it to me and shared it with me, and I shared it with the world.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, that was amazing. That's the kind of person he was. That was in a nutshell. That was what I heard.
And then what I did with it is I passed it on to his brother. When Coach, I asked Coach, I passed it on to his brother and a couple of close people, Barry Slice, Joe Dunley, the guys that were really close to him, family, Greg Strong. And I stay in touch with his brother Steve. And Steve had just gotten inducted in the Hall of Fame. And he says, Bobby, I was a little nervous. Which family event here? He said, but you know what I did this morning before I got ready for my event? I said, I listened to Tom. So that was thanks to Coach's daughter, Coach passing it on. And that just had me like, whoa. I'm like, I could pop it up. And it just, you hear his voice and you hear him. Has nothing to do with basketball, but he talks about how proud Coach was and how he enjoyed this. It's like, wow, that's Tom.
Anybody else want to add on?
Ah, man, it's the last one, man. So the time that I so called retired, right, from the board that went to Seton Hall, like I said, Tom is the guy who stamps it. And he didn't stamp that movie. He said something the way he said it, the way he speak. And he basically said, make sure when you get there, they allow you to be you.
Wow.
They don't allow you to be you, then that's the wrong one. And I was like, wow.
Somebody really cared. John, I want to go to you real quick. Let's talk about your 5-star experience and what that meant to you. Seen a lot of pictures of you when you was young.
Don't mention
Yeah.
how I had you doing loose ball defensive drills.
Everybody had to do it. I wasn't the only one.
John did it with no
Whoever
problem.
went to 5-star
He did it.
had to do everything.
Yes.
The number one player in the country.
That's right.
I mean, I went there from the 9th grade on. I was 9th grade year. And first of all, I loved it because it was like 12 hours, 24 hours of basketball, right? And coming from Bridgewater, coming from the hood, all I wanted to do was play basketball all day long. But it was some guys, you know, after a couple hours couldn't take it. They'd be sleeping in the room when it's time to get a break, you get a little break. They was in the cabin, they was in the room. But man, that experience, that probably was from the 6th grade when I went to Phoenix, but then when I went to 5-star and seen all types, all shapes, heights from people all over the country, I mean, it was an eye-opening experience. I think the first year I went, I took one pair of sneakers, and they was ripped up by the time the week was over. And I never again took one pair of sneakers to 5-star, but 5-star, I couldn't wait to get to 5-star after that. Holmesdale, Pennsylvania. You even had to, I mean, the impact that Konchalski had on golf.
Right. That's right.
Whatever Tom told golf, because golf wasn't making it to those games that Konchalski was going to.
Right.
He had to depend on Tom Konchalski's word.
Tell them what games to go see. Go check out John Johnson. Go check out Pound. Go check out
Man,
this
that
guy.
5-star was
Really?
amazing.
Really?
Man.
Okay.
I look forward to going every summer. I can't wait to get there. And it's not like now, I guess, where you have coaches, they have freeze periods where coaches can't
Now
go
we was
out
out every
and
game.
recruit. When I went to 5-star, I mean, every coach in the world was there.
That's right.
With their pad, with their colors, with their school colors. I'm talking about Division I, Division II, Division III, junior college. I mean, and